Hi everyone, welcome to the week of October 8th through the 14th. We are in week 6, woohoo! We're moving steadily along. I want to thank everyone for their participation in the game last week. I know it was a little confusing in the online environment, and I probably won't use the game next year, but I want to thank everybody for doing a great job. It's always nice to try something new. And we read a ton of primary sources and we got to talk about revolutionary ideas. And hopefully, you guys understand that that was actually very realistic to what was going on in New York. There was a bunch of different groups, a bunch of different decisions to make. There was outside pressure from Great Britain and Massachusetts. And it was this whole thing that went on that created it. And then one other point that I wanted to make mention was that the revolution was not a foregone conclusion for the American people or the future American people. It was something that was very much up in the air. It was not thought that America would win at all. And I hope you really got a sense of that through that game. Whether you are patriot, loyalist, landless, laborer, woman, slave, whatever. I hope you got immersed in some of that history, and that was my intent. So thank you very much for your participation. I appreciate the questions, I appreciate the comments that you guys made, and I really appreciate the students who really dove in and did a good job with their role. This week we're going to look at family life after the Revolutionary War. You are going to read Going to the Source, Chapter 7. Know that I don't go in order, and sometimes I'll do 2 weeks of going to the source and a week of taking sides and vice versa. So make sure you're always looking at the week. You can tell the week it is because it's highlighted that we're in. And make sure you're doing all of the assignments that are listed in there. So you're going to read the lecture on family life. You're going to go to Going to the Source. We have a discussion forum this week. And on our discussion forum, we have 2 leaders. So we have nice big groups. So hopefully everybody posts and posts often. Robert's already gotten his discussion started, so that is fantastic. I really want you to post as soon as you can, and you need to make sure that you're posting on 2 different days. It really stifles our discussion if everybody participates on Sunday, because not everybody participates in Sunday. Some people participate earlier in the week. So make sure that you are posting early, you're posting often, and that you're really helping your group leaders out, because everybody's going to be a group leader at one point, and you want these same people to help you as you helped them. So you have the group discussion, you're going to do your usual summary. A lot of you guys have been a little generous in some of the points you guys have been giving. I really want this to be a reflection. If you are just giving surface comments, don't give yourself a 10. If there is something that happened in this week, quite a few of you guys have been writing me notes, and those notes are very, very helpful to tell me where you're lost, what went wrong, what was going on that made you miss the assignment. So feel free to use the summary also as a chance to check in and clarify and ask questions. I do read them. I do get back to you in the grade when I grade you, so it's a good communication tool. But be honest. You need to have a reflective comment. You need to be forwarding the discussion along. You need to add something of value to our discussions. This week we're doing an annotated primary source, and this is not your primary source for your project. This is a primary source that I have assigned. We're going to look at the concept of Republican motherhood. So you're going to read a little bit about Republican motherhood, then you are going to go to this source. This source is a primary source document on Republican motherhood that was written in 1798. You will copy and paste this entire document, and then you will go to this program that's free, you have to register, but it's free, called Crocodoc. In Crocodoc, you will upload the primary source document, and then you will annotate it using the Skim-C method. So the Skim method is a video right here. You're going to look and annotate the document that I've assigned by Judith. First, you're going to look for summarizing things. So you're going to summarize the document and you'll make annotations. And then you'll contextualize. And then you'll infer, then you monitor. Make sure when you're making your annotations that you say, this is summarizing, and then give me your summary. This is contextualization, and then give me your contextualization. This is inferring, and give me your inferring and your monitoring, and so forth. I have included a video on how to use Crocodoc, how to sign up, and how to use it. And this is a really good way to practice a close reading of your primary source document. The final thing is you have a primary source assignment, and I want to talk about this a little so you don't go in the wrong direction. This is going to be 2 to 3 pages. Last week you picked your primary source. This week you are going to dive into your primary source. Give me a summary of the text. What is the text trying to do? Does it accomplish the mission that it's set out to do? Like if it's a letter, does it get its point, his or her point across? How does it get get his or her point across? Who do you think the intended audience is? If it's a political speech, then it's going to be a political speech that's intended for America, or so whoever it's intended for. How might the language in that speech influence how it's presented and how it's given and who it's given to? Site specifics. If it's a political speech and it's Lincoln talking about the Civil War, then you're probably going to say that he was talking to a Southern, or not, he wouldn't talk to the South, talking to the North, and a specific group, and how he would tailor his speech to that group that he was speaking to in the North. Especially those of you who are doing Emancipation Proclamation. Do you think the author is credible and reliable? Why? And tell me something that makes sense, not just because, oh, Abraham Lincoln was the president, so therefore he must be a good guy. No. Give me Abraham Lincoln delivered many, many speeches. He was the president during the Civil War. Very controversial, but his party really liked him because they voted for him umpteen times. So you're going to go through it, and if you answer these questions in as much detail and more, you will easily get 2 to 3 pages. Don't short shift me on that, because you really should be answering these questions and more to do a dive into your primary source. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I apologize for canceling office hours today. My son was sick. He ended up having his lips turn blue, and we rushed him right to the doctor. Still don't know what's wrong, but he's fine and he's happy now. So I hope no one has medical emergencies this week, and I will see you next week. Bye.